moments that last forever go beyond what we see on the court.
You are the Finals MVP.
These moments start with the ball, a dream, and a relentless will to win. They're the culmination of every effort put into the game since they first stepped on the court. All of those moments have led to this one. NBA 2K26. Ball over everything.
Welcome back to our road to NBA 2K26 streams. I hope everybody has had a great week so far, and hopefully we can help you end your week on a high note here. Since Monday, I have been seeing posts asking what day gameplay would be coming. Remember, when we said July 28th, that was the week of July 28th. And the same thing applies for all the other dates we put out, but today is the day for gameplay. We made you all wait a couple days, but we are here to talk about gameplay today. Before we get into it, as always, we do have a couple housekeeping items to walk through. Today, we are talking about NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 platforms. That is the version of the game that's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2.
Don't give a fuck about that.
We also do have Twitch drops enabled on these streams. And that means just by watching them on Twitch, you can earn a locker code. You guys were saying that we started the show late, but we just wanted to give you some, 5 extra minutes to get some extra Twitch drops time, and hopefully you were able to get that. But for the first half of the summer, the Twitch drops will be to earn a locker code for NBA 2K25. So if you watch for 45 minutes, which many of you have already, you will get 2 one-hour double XP coins, one for my team and one for my career. I am betting a lot of you have finished your 45 minutes already from our last stream a couple weeks back. But if you keep watching beyond that and watch for a total of 2 hours, you will also get a My Team 100 overall or higher pack, camo pants for your My Player, and also 60 skill boosts. Now, keep in mind, Twitch drops are, of course, on Twitch. It's kind of in a name. So if you're watching on YouTube or X or TikTok, come over to Twitch if you want to earn a locker code. Next thing, something new. We are starting something called Creator Challenges today. So from now until 2K26 Early Access begins, if you make content that breaks down or reacts to any of our 2K26 courtside reports, including today's gameplay one, you're going to want to use the hashtag NBA2K Challenge in your video in the description or the title. And after you all reach the community goal of 2,026 eligible videos, you all will unlock a locker code for a drawstring bag and a My Team pack in 2K26 that we're going to post during early access. And on top of that, if you go to our Creator Challenge website at this link below, you will be able to fill out a form, submit your video, and then in September, we are going to draw 26 eligible winners who will each get 1 million VC in 2K26. All right, let's get into gameplay and welcome in our special guest. Dax, how are you feeling today?
Man, oh man, I'm feeling good, man. And for me too, it feels amazing being like kind of on the outside of the information. So everything I'm about to see today is gonna be new and news to me as well. So you'll get to see my live reaction. And, yeah, man, I'm ready for it. Let's get it.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into it. I see the chat wants us to hurry it up.
Hurry it up.
The first thing we do have for everybody today is the cinematic gameplay trailer for 2K26. This was captured using the PS5 version of the game. It's still early in the morning for you. I hope it wakes you up and gets you ready for the rest of the stream.
Let's go.
Dax, I think they're ready.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, I want to see it, man. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited just like the rest of the chat. Let's see this gameplay. Come on.
Let's see it.
By a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No.
hey, man, you know what? The first
I ain't
thing
mad
I
at
wanna
that.
say about that trailer that I noticed off the rip is different camera angles and stuff we got. Like, I don't know if, hopefully I'll be able to make some content too with that, with those type of camera angles. That look pretty fire. Also, pro play, man. A lot of signature moves I've seen in there. Kevin Durant, looking just like himself, movement wise. Same with Jalen Brunson, that little turnaround shot that he does.
Anthony
Amazing,
Edwards
man.
too.
I'm hyped for it, man. I've seen a lot of stuff in that trailer that I really like.
For sure. Shout out to our creative teams and our marketing teams who put together that very, very awesome trailer. I am very biased, but that shot of LeBron behind the rim at the end, that was just perfect. I see somebody in the chat says LeBron is not doing that at 41 years old. I'm pretty sure LeBron just did that a couple months ago, so that shot is very accurate. But that was just to start what we have today. Next up, we are going to pass it to our gameplay director, Mike Wang, and a special guest.
Come on, Mike.
We recorded a courtside report video together for you, and they're going to go through some of the gameplay features in 2K26. Check this one out.
Talk to us, Mike.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with
Oh,
NBA 2K
Tyrese,
gameplay
okay.
director Mike Wang to break down this year's new gameplay features in 2K26.
Let's see what they
we'll
talking
discuss
about.
the new Pro Play motion engine, enhanced rhythm shooting, and other advanced controls. Now let's get to it.
This year, ProPlay technology is evolving, bringing more authenticity than ever before through advancements in rhythm shooting, new customization options on offense, an all-new dynamic motion engine, and much more.
That shit look clean though, I can't lie.
In 2K26,
hope it looks
ProPlay
that
powers
way.
the all-new dynamic motion engine, using machine learning technology to make your actions feel more lifelike and realistic. Dynamic lower body pose matching adjusts the exact positioning of players' legs and feet on the fly to remove the skating seen in past games and ensure that players launch, plant, and cut realistically. This is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21, offering a fresh and authentic feeling every time you step on the court.
Okay, I like how that
That's the same
sounds.
year I made it to the league. It's wild to see how gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
Okay. Well, we know from that shot that
Players who take advantage of the rhythm shooting,
Rhythm
mechanic
shooting is
will
in
notice
there.
more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
signature go-to post shots. Okay.
Big men in NBA 2K26 will now be able to leverage all new signature go-to post shots by holding up on the shot stick while in the post. Players can lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy
DeMar.
flares, baby hooks, and up and unders.
That was nice.
Playing with your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to master it can take advantage of it.
Good shot, DeMar. Custom layup packet.
Previous versions of
Ooh.
NBA 2K, layups were limited by a single signature layup package.
Thank
This
you.
year,
This
players
is
can draw
smart as
inspiration from around the
fuck.
league to mix and match standard layups, floaters, quick scoops, euro steps, hop steps, and spins, and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim.
Nah, that's fire. That is a hell of a
2K26
mechanic to
uses
have.
system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion-captured animations.
Okay.
Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air. And bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint.
I don't know how I like that. You can't finish over bigs already. That's right.
Last but not least, we've added some new offensive
Look at skinny
controls to
Luka.
give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance and lead to more skill-based outcomes.
Yeah, Bane,
You can even
fuck
use
up
it to
outta
put
here.
defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love to do. For spot-up shooters, you can use the new Quick Shot feature by holding the left trigger on catch-and-shoot shots.
Thank
This will
you, that
skip
should have
the
been.
dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson.
Okay, I
Slashers
like
now have
that.
access to slow motion Euro step gathers, something we've been seeing a lot of in the league lately from players like yourself and Ant. This will help you navigate through.
That's
the
a
paint
good
and around
move right
defenders
there.
by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space.
How you
for
do
smart
that? That's
passing.
fire.
And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force rat passes, which will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and avoid defenders playing the passing lanes.
How you do that?
As a big-time
How they gonna
2K
add
fan,
that?
I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward, with more personalization and variety, faster pace, and more skill-based gameplay.
Whether you're a new player or a veteran like me, everyone can master the fundamentals in these all-new moves. Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and hit the court sooner with early access.
Now, we know we
starting
pre-ordering that.
August 29th.
August 29th.
Man, oh man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Shout out to Mike Wayne for coming through and blessing us with some more information, man. But yeah, we got a deep bag to get into today, Evan. So let's go ahead and start.
That is a deep bag to get into.
Here,
Yeah, there is a lot there. And just like last time, we just gave Stacks a list of everything in the full Courtside Report blog that we can talk about today. So we're going to go put them in your shoes and go through not only each feature that Mike and Tyrese mentioned in more detail, but also we're going to talk about a couple improvements that actually weren't even mentioned in the video. So stick around for that. I'm ready if you are, Stacks.
Yes. Yeah. Let's get into it, man. I'm excited. I'm hyped up. I know the chat is ready to get into it as well. So first up, we got ProPlay Motion Engine. Mike said that this is the biggest change to the Motion Engine since NBA 2K21. I'm pretty sure we got a few questions about that in the chat. So Evan, what exactly does that mean?
Well, sure. In case you haven't heard about ProPlay in the past, that's been a big step towards more lifelike basketball in 2K.
Yeah.
And it's this really cool tech that lets us use footage from real NBA games to capture animations from them. We don't need to have players come to our studio and wear those mocap suits with white dots and do the animations there. We can get them from the NBA footage. So at its core, ProPlay is about getting a huge library of animations from the NBA. And I think oftentimes the community attributes more to ProPlay than what it really is, so I just wanted to clarify that first. But anyways, the last 2 years you've seen ProPlay for things like shot animations and dribbling, and now, this year as you heard Mike say, that NBA footage is powering all of the on-court movement in 26. So it is not just dribbling, but it is expanding to offensive movement, the way players move on defense, and even off-ball movement as well. And you might be thinking, well, what's the actual benefit, right? Well, when you play, you are going to see how players move in a more lifelike way. So you heard Mike talk about how in past years, you may see players kind of skate around or slide around, right? And it's been a lot of feedback that we've gotten in the past before.
Yeah.
And with this new motion engine, you are going to see that skating and sliding a lot less. So, hopefully, you guys will feel this change when you get your hands on 2K26 very soon.
All right, man. Sound like some good news to us, man, especially skating and sliding all over the court. I know nobody wants that. Next up, we have enhanced rhythm shooting. All right, I was a rhythm shooting demon this past year, and now rhythm shooting is enhanced. We'll love to know more about that too.
Yeah, I keep being asked if rhythm shooting is back, and it is. It's also got some really cool upgrades that I'm personally excited about because, like a lot of people this past year, I was kind of resistant to it at first, being honest. But over time, I wanted to learn something new. And now at the end of year, just like you, Stacks, I use rhythm shooting for almost everything. All of my catch and shoots, all of my step backs. And I've heard from not just you, but many people who've done the same thing. So, for those of you who like shooting with the button, you can still shoot the button. That is not removed, but rhythm shooting is a more advanced option. And if you take the time to learn it, you're not going to regret it, because this year the big upgrade is that rhythm shooting is no longer just about matching the player's animation, but rather giving you the full control over the animation. So, when you do, picture your controller, when you do the down-up flick on your right stick, the way you flick the stick will actually change the way your player is shooting. We'll try to explain this in like the simplest way we can. Rhythm shooting has two parts, right? The timing of when you flick the stick, and then the tempo of how you did it. Timing and tempo. For timing, if you flick up really early, you can now release the ball earlier. And if you flick up late, you can kind of hold on to the ball for a moment before you let go. And then tempo, if you flick up kind of fast, you're going to rush your shot. And if you flick with a slower tempo, you're going to do like a lazier looking release. So the cool thing about this is there isn't necessarily a right or wrong timing anymore. It's giving you more freedom. Because let's say, for example, you rushed your timing to get the shot, right? The defender's closing out, you want to rush your shot. If you rush the timing, but you still green the tempo, you can still make the shot. So to me, it's really just about how you shoot in real life.
I don't even get that. That sounds crazy.
Shooter, then you you would have simply by
What
pressing.
does that even mean?
I got to mess around a little bit with this earlier last week, and I'm still getting the hang of it. But I can't wait to try
That
it out some
sounds
more.
crazy.
Besides, I think you're gonna like it too.
Yeah, man. I think that's one of those things that I'm gonna have to get my hands on to actually see exactly how it works. So yeah, I'm excited to see what that's about. Definitely gonna go back to rhythm shooting, but I got to see what it's looking like. Next up, we got skill-based gameplay.
What the hell does that
big
mean?
topic lately. We don't have to spend too much time on this. All right, yeah, skill-based gameplay. Let's get to it.
Yeah, we did talk about this on the roadmap stream a while back, so like, we'll just do a quick recap. But remember, I see the chat asking about this. This year, a point of emphasis in 26 for our dev team is skill-based and competitive gameplay that makes you feel more in control. So
Okay.
when people are asking about like the outcome of shots, rebounds, boost balls, steals, and all those things like that, we are intending to make that more skill-based and competitive. So as you hear us talk about all the new features,
We'll
today,
see. We'll have to
just
see.
keep in mind.
That
And the other thing we did talk about last time
sounds
a
good.
few gameplay settings were adjusted. So higher difficulties and most multiplayer modes are going to have green or miss shot timing, and then layup timing is permanently enabled. That people aren't making real player percentage layups on your head anymore. But that should catch you up if you missed our last stream.
Yeah, man. I think the layup timing thing is probably my favorite thing from last stream, just because like maybe mid-year I started adapting layup timing, and I think personally for me it's been better in terms of like how I play and getting those layups off. So I'm excited to see more people be forced to use that as well, and kind of create a little bit more of a bigger skill gap, you know, when playing the game online. Anyway,
Exactly.
let's go to the next thing. We have signature go-to post shot. So we already had that. Signature shots like pretty much on the perimeter, and now it look like we
Yeah.
have
That's a big
showing
thing,
some love
Mark.
to the big men out here, man. So
Layup timing is a big deal.
Yeah, so many of you probably remember the regular go-to shots we've added, and personally, it's really fun anytime I see a video of like somebody doing side-by-side of 2K gameplay and IRL footage together. So like I've seen it for Steph a lot, KD, Kyrie, people like that. So the dev team has worked on giving big men.
Yeah,
as well.
last year they had
We've added what
a
we're
thing
calling
where you
go-to
could just
post
put
shots.
layups on real
So when you're in
percentage.
the
So if
post,
you had like a 90
hold the right
layup,
stick
you
up.
would make
You're gonna see new
90% of your
post
layups, no matter
moves,
what.
the moves that a bunch of big men in the
Niggas
NBA
was
do.
cheesing with that shit.
I'm hoping
So
to
they
see some
removed
more
it out the
go-to shot
game.
clips for big
Because
men
there's
now
no
as
skill in
well.
that. You just go to the rim,
That's
press a
some of the things
button,
you even saw in the gameplay trailer.
and if you got a 90 layup, you're gonna make it 90% of the time.
Okay, man. Yeah, I kind of messed around with the go-to shots. It took me a while to kind of figure out which one I liked the best, but I found one pretty effective with me. Anyway, moving on. We got custom layups, right?
This is
Now,
good.
I heard
Custom
Mike
layups, I
say
really like
mix and
this.
match. Because when I
It's
say
gonna be
mix
kinda
and
cool.
match, I'm thinking mixing one player's layup package with another play. Like, is that what are we talking
Is
about?
that what's happening? Because that's gonna be fire.
You are correct, because a popular piece of feedback from the community and something I've heard often has been somebody might like a certain animation from a player's layup package, but they don't want all of that layup animations, right? This is an addition that
good.
tries to address that feedback. So in the past, you pick one layup package, and that player's package determines all of your layup. This year, you can set different players' animations for different types of layups.
That's
You
fire.
have normal layups, reverse layups, floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps, and spins, as you can see here in the My Player customization
Like that.
menu.
That's
And then
fire.
these new, like specific categories, that is available both when you're customizing your My Player, and also if you play My NBA, it's also going to be available when you're editing your rosters, editing the players in them. You can assign to them these different types.
I
of
like that.
as well. It's a really cool feature to me.
Yeah. I like that. I could already imagine. I know some of the people that play competitively, you know, probably didn't want to use a lot of other people's layup package because a lot of those layups might get blocked in competitive gameplay. So now I can see them mixing maybe some Kyrie with some Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Getting real
Get
like
some
innovative.
Curry
inside of that.
scoops and some Trey Young
Alright, man, I
floaters.
like that
That's
as
gonna
well.
be fire.
Being able to mix layup packages, I don't think we've been able to do that for a while, man. So I'm definitely
Trey
gonna
Young
use that. Next,
scoops.
though, we got defense. And Mike
They
said that
always say this
collisions
is
and
better.
interior defense are better.
But is
this
it really
year.
better?
That's great to hear, man. That's definitely great to hear. What exactly does that mean, though, Evan?
Well, in the past, the way players' bodies collided with each other was scripted, right? That was through mocap. I think many of you knew that, or at least assumed that based on how those animations look. Well, this year in 2K26, there is new tech that actually generates those collisions. You're going to notice as a dribbler or even like an on-ball defender, you are going to notice more freedom of movement rather than kind of being stuck in a scripted motap animation. That's one benefit
That's
there.
good.
And the other one for interior defense, that has been redesigned so that bigs can get body bumps more reliably when they're contesting layups and dunks. You're really going to feel more physicality in the paint if you are guarding around the rim. There was defensive improvements as well. We never want to make it one-sided. We do want to remember our defensive players out there as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think anytime we can get some defensive improvement, show some love to the defensive side of the ball, it's always a great time. Next, too, not only defense, we also got new rebounding timing feedback. Now, this is interesting.
That's kind of crazy. What does that mean?
Seen in 2K before. So let's see what we got here.
Yeah, so this is actually a small but really helpful addition when I saw it for the first time. Maybe I was just out of the loop because I didn't really play on big builds until the last year, but I never knew when to press triangle to jump for a rebound. Kind of just like press triangle randomly. So if you're like me,
Random.
you didn't know, the ideal time to jump for a rebound is right before the ball makes its final bounce off the rim. So if the ball bounces twice before coming down, it is that final bounce that matters. And this year, when you do have an excellent timed rebound, you are going to see a green flash below your player's feet.
Oh, I see that.
And if you do nail the timing and get a green rebound, it is going to significantly boost your chances of securing the ball. So it is important to get the rebound timing right, to have the best chance of grabbing the board over somebody who might not know their timing as well as you do. And this green flash is really there to kind of help educate you and help you learn and adjust to when you have to jump. And last thing there, just a note, not all bigs are created equal. So if a player has
if two people, I assume that shit gonna go to whoever got the higher rating.
To nail that timing and get that green flash on.
See, they like to say like this shit is
higher
up to what you do, but a lot of that shit is attributes. If I got a 99 rebound, you got 95, and we both jump at a good time, it's gonna be me that's gonna get it.
A skill gap now, even in rebounding. I think that's probably going to go into how a lot of people make their bigs this year.
That ain't going to change how you make your big. Come on, Stacks.
Just to get that better timing on there, get that clutch rebound. Anyway, let's move forward. Next, we got new controls. Mike talked about some of these like rat passes.
Yeah, what is that? They didn't say that.
So, let's get into some of them.
Yeah, so I mean, well, one thing before we go through.
He said playing NBA Jam.
There was an important note here that I think many of you will be very happy with, that the overall game speed in 2K26 has been sped up compared to 2K25. So hopefully that is good news for many of you. But as you hear about these new controls, keep that in mind. Because if the game speed is faster, that means players who have faster decision making, who can anticipate what's going to happen next, are going to be rewarded more.
Thank you. That gameplay was slow as fuck.
Already, so we'll just do a quick recap of them. But Stacks, what do you got first?
First, we have Quick Protect. By the way, I do want to say, man, the game speed being faster is
that's a W
as well. I know that's
a huge W. Jesus.
The game speed
that game was slow as hell last year.
First up, we got Quick Protect.
Yeah, you heard Mike talk about this one. This is a new control so that when you're dribbling, if you tap the left trigger, you can now kind of shield the ball or evade somebody reaching in on you to get a steal. So if you do react quickly enough to a defender that's reaching in, you can counter it, and then the goal here is to give ball handlers a balance to the steal system and ultimately lead to more skill-based outcomes.
Got it.
But there's
I like
one
that.
more use to it though, because it has a dual purpose. So
put
as
niggas
you are
in jail
driving to the basket, if you feel a defender kind of on your back, you can actually do a quick protect, tap the left trigger, and then
they had this before.
I think you saw in the video that this is something Luka does nearly every game I watch him in, so that's the example we used. But Luka is somebody who uses the quick protect.
They had this in the game before to put people in jail. Chris Paul used to do it and all that, and they took it out. So now they put it back, giving us something we already had.
What for? Changes and these new things that's going into it are like to enhance the skill gap. You know what I'm saying? So I really do like that. Quick Protect, I feel like that can be very, very, very useful. That just for the things that you said right there too. So I like that. Next up, we're gonna talk about the no dip catch and shoots. Very interesting.
Now this is
we
smart.
Saw a little bit of an example of it in the gameplay with Klay Thompson. So let's hear about that.
Yeah, this one is I think I shouldn't say it, now, but I think this is my favorite feature today, just because it's the one that I'm gonna probably have the chance to use the most. Because when I'm out there playing, as some of you know, I am always sitting in the corner, right? I don't dribble. I just kind of sit there and knock down threes for my team. So this is a really cool addition because the dev team has added a feature in 2K26 for people like me and anybody else who kind of is a corner sitter or just sits there waiting for the ball to shoot. When you're standing still and you get past the ball, if you hold down the left trigger, you are going to square up and catch the ball and then go straight into your shot without dipping your hands down. And it's funny that, you know, when I first learned about this feature, I remember this like old Klay Thompson video that I watched before where he kind of explains exactly this. And he talked about how he mastered being able to catch and shoot in rhythm without dipping, and it's part of why he's such a good shooter. So this new feature is going to help you do exactly that in 2K, like Klay Thompson and anybody else who does that in the real life NBA.
There should be a stat attributed to that, though.
Yeah, we like that too, man. Okay,
Everybody
so
can't
far,
do that.
All of these gameplay improvements are pretty fire. That one is pretty cool too, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have revamped signature size up. Let's get it.
This one is like a control change, kind of. So they're a little different this year. There are 2 inputs now. So you can either, imagine your controller, you can either rock the right stick back and forth, left and right, or you can repeatedly flick the right stick like up, and you're
I
gonna
would
get
think
2
that you
different
need
sides
to
out.
add that
This is really just to give
some
more variety, more
mechanic
types
to
of size ups
control
you can
what
do.
that
So when you go left,
looks
right,
like.
right versus up, it's going to be a different size. So more controls for those advanced users out there and advanced dribblers who want to take advantage of those sizes.
Okay, I like that, but I see one of my favorite moves in the game. This is a move I utilize a lot, man. We got
What's that?
slow motion Euro steps.
Nah, this I can't wait to see in real game.
That, man. I love using the Euro step. What do we got about that?
Yeah, this one does look very cool because there are very few players who can just put their head down and barrel their way to the rim every play. Like most
everybody
players,
can't
there's
do
a
that.
little finesse there. So the dev team has added these slow motion Euro steps. This is another left trigger control. So picture your controller again. As you're doing a Euro step, if you hold down the left trigger, you can slow down mid move, kind of do like a slow motion drag step. And if your defender kind of isn't expecting it, jumps based on what your normal layup speed or Euro step speed would be, they're gonna fly right by you. So it is a new way for people to mix things up with their layups. I gotta say, like overall, layups in general feel really good this year. From what I've seen, from what I've heard,
Okay.
played the game, that layups in general feel really good. So if you're somebody who likes driving in for layups, hopefully
Listen,
you're gonna have a great year.
It's early, but they selling me right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I like that. That's probably my
They
favorite.
are selling me
feature
right
so
now.
far. Like I said, I like to utilize the Euro step and being able to like kind of throw the defender off, like you said, make him jump.
I don't know why
they
they not showing gameplay while they talking and just putting the words up there.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably my favorite feature
Weird.
right there. But next up, we also have wrap passes.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, I saw the chat like this when we were talking about it earlier, showing in the video. So this one is like a new control. So in the past, like double tapping circle if you're on PlayStation.
Flashy
Double
pass.
tapping circle, that was a flashy pass, right? I used to spam
Fucking
that by
useful.
accident sometimes.
Useless.
But now double tapping circle is going to do a wrap pass. Because I've seen people submit 2K25 videos in our feedback channels that are like, why did my pass go straight into the back of a defender? They
Correct.
wish they had more control over what type of pass they did. So now, the good passes out there, you can control when to do a wrap pass and avoid your pass going into somebody's back. And this one is pretty simple. So double tapping circle on PlayStation or double tapping B on an Xbox controller, that's going to do a wrap pass now.
Okay, I think we'll see.
Perfect. Love that. Having a little bit more control over your passes. And speaking of passes, next up we got alley-oops.
Yeah,
They
this one was
talked
not
about
in the
this?
video. This one is a small change to
Oh.
alley-oops to make sure they require a little more thinking. So on lower difficulties, alley-oops are still going to be similar to previous year. You get away with just pressing square, and you don't really have to think too much, right? But on higher difficulties,
Okay.
the button the dunker has to press is going to be randomized. So on PlayStation, for example,
That's
it's
smart.
not always going to be square. It could be any of those 4 buttons on the right side of your controller, so that just makes sure there's more thought behind an alley-oop. Because it could be circle, it could be triangle, or X, or square, and you're going to have to pay attention on those higher difficulties
Okay.
to finish your alley-oops. As you know.
I'm not mad at that.
I think, and this is just for me, I'm not speaking for anybody. I think anything we can do to increase the skill gap, I know I keep going back to that, but anything we can do to increase the skill gap, I think is cool. Now, going online, you won't get spammed with alley-oops and all of those crazy things. Now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I think all of this stuff, though, once you play the game for a while and get the hang of it, you know what I'm saying? You'll get used to it.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
start
like
to get a little
it,
bit
yeah.
better at it. Next up, we
I think
have
some people in the chat. I think some people in the chat, they're underestimating their reaction time. Some
Yeah.
of you don't like this, but when you actually do it, I'm pretty sure you're going to be reacting quick enough to whether it's X, square, triangle, whatever it is. I think you're underestimating your reaction time. For those of you in the chat who kind of heard that and are a little scared about what that
Man,
means
who
for you
throws
as
a bunch of
dunker, I
alley
think you
oops
underestimate
anyway?
yourself.
Like,
I mean, you know, if they're not good enough to get the button pressed in time, man, I don't know what to tell them, man. That's tough. Anyway, moving on. We also have setting screens. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so this one is for the big men out there. So this year, when you are setting a screen, you can kind of make fine adjustments to which way you want to face. So as you're
they
setting
should
a
have
screen,
been had that
you
in the
can
game.
nudge the left stick, left or right, kind of rotate your player 45 degrees a little bit in whichever direction you nudge a stick, right, left or right. Or you can flick the left stick in the opposite direction of what you're facing,
flick.
and your players kind of do like a 180 degree turn, spin. And that means that if you're a smart big who starts learning these and can really pin defenders, you're going to get your ball handlers open better. So this is an advanced control for being added for like big men who want to be at the next level and be a better screener. For
That's actually a really good feature.
Okay. All right, well, that is it for the new controls. A lot of new things to learn. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the faster game speed. I know, like a lot of people don't like change, man. But you gotta lock in for a little while, get in the lab.
Always
and once you get
accept
used to it, I'm
change.
pretty sure everything is gonna be okay. But anyway, before we wrap up, is there anything about AI and coaching that we need to know?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot about AI and coaching, to be honest, in the blog that everyone should definitely go read. But, you know, especially if you play my team or my NBA and you consistently have a lot of AI teammates, it's definitely something you kind of want to learn about. But we can summarize a few real quick here. We have time. What do you got?
Okay, let's start out with first up we have drive and kick intelligence.
Yeah, okay. So this one, I've heard this feedback a lot. That the AI like wouldn't pass when they should, or you as the user might feel like the AI should have made a pass that they didn't. But this year, the AI does have improved drive and kick intelligence, and what that means is they are going to be more actively looking to see when the defense rotates and then pass out if there's an open shooter.
I guess we'll see.
On the flip side, because we do have to balance it, right? For AI defenders, there is also new help defense intelligence. And that is about making AI smarter about when they collapse in to help and protect the paint on those drives. And this really factors in, how close the ball is to the basket so that defenders can adjust properly to help or then recover back out to the shooter. So if you think about the two things we talked about, the help defense and the drive and kick on offense, those are really complementary. So it's really going to encourage you to pass the ball around to make sure you find the open man, whether it's you or your AI getting you open as well.
Okay, perfect. Next up, we have My Player Freelance Engine. What is this about, Evan? This is my first time seeing this.
Well, as the name suggests, this one is specific to my players, obviously. So your AI teammates, they do now factor in where you are on the court, right? When you're playing my player, let's say you're in your NBA career, your teammates do understand where you are on the court, even if you don't have the ball. So for that drive and kick that we just talked about, if an AI drives in, the defense kind of collapses on them in the paint, they're going to know that where you are on the court, and they can find you more consistently if you're open. If you're staying in a corner wide open and your defender went in to help, they can find you in the corner for an open shot. And also with this freelance engine, there is a new set of quick plays that you have when you're off ball. And you can kind of use those quick plays to communicate with your AI teammates. So the example from the blog is that when you're off ball, you can tell your point guard that you're going to come set a screen for them. Give them a heads up, or you can actually call like a post up.
Yeah.
Things like that are examples of these new quick plays that are possible with this freelance engine. But there is more in the blog that we're not going to go through in its entirety here. I think it might be better for you guys to go read it yourself, but real quick summary, there is smarter double team logic, so it sends a double at the right time and knows who to double. There's better screen navigation so that AI defenders can make the best decision when they get screen and go over under screens with more logic than they have in the past. And then something I think many of our sim players will appreciate is the dev team has expanded playbooks. You now have the ability to put up to 80 plays in your playbooks now. For those of you who are basketball experts out there, know all the ins and outs of those plays. I can't claim to be somebody like that myself, but hopefully if you are one of those people, you are going to benefit from that feature. So definitely go give the Full Court to the Court blog a read. There's a big AI and coaching section there that I think many of you will find to be very interesting.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, I think a lot of what we talked about goes back to like we were saying in the first stream that we did was a lot of community feedback. I feel like a lot of things here, we have a lot of new skill gap controls now. You know what I'm saying? Controls that's gonna kind of expand that skill gap. So if you get really good at all of these new features, you know, you'll probably be a better player out there on the course. So I'm super excited about all of that stuff that's coming to 2K26.
Yeah, the full blog, the Courtside Report, that is live right now on the NBA 2K website, or if you missed the trailer, if you missed the Courtside Report video, that is live on our NBA 2K YouTube channel as well. That includes everything we just talked about in case you missed anything. And also, if you do have any questions today, because I'm sure, as always, every year of gameplay, there's going to be a lot of questions. We did open, or we are about to open, our questions channel on Discord, discord.gg/NBA2K, and our dev team is going to be answering some of those questions. That's discord.gg/NBA2K. Join there. There is a 2K26 questions channel. Drop your gameplay questions there. Keep in mind, we are answering gameplay questions today. Don't ask about my player, the city, my team. As you saw on our roadmap, that is coming up soon. We're not answering questions about those yet. Today's questions are just going to be about what we talked about with on-court gameplay. But I hope everybody learned something that they're excited to try out. For me, custom layups is a big upgrade. I've always wanted to mix and match my layup packages there of different players, so that's a big upgrade for me. I want to try out that new rhythm shooting, the quick release catch and shoots, so I am very excited to play 2K26. You have a favorite feature, Stacks?
I think for me, mine's probably the Euro step feature. I definitely want to like master that and get really good at that, man. Being able to slow that Euro step down, kind of throw the defense off a little bit and getting an easy bucket, wide open layup off that. So I think for me right now, that's my favorite thing. But I'm sure once I get my hands on the game and play it for a while, I'll find something else that I like. That's my favorite.
For sure. Well, that is going to do it for us. We do have a couple notes to close things out, though. Many of you now have probably finished your watch time with the 45 minutes locker code between last time and the last roadmap stream we did and today. So make sure you claim that in your Twitch inventory. Then go to the NBA 2K Twitch Drops website and log in with the same Twitch account that you used. It has to be the same account, right? If you log in with a different account, we're not going to know that you watched 45 minutes. But your locker code, once you log in, is going to be shown there. And remember, your code is unique. It can only be used once. Don't share it or post it anywhere public unless you want to give it to somebody else. Once you give it to somebody else and they use it, you're not going to be able to use it anymore yourself. But coming up next, we are going to talk about presentation. You may have noticed in today's gameplay trailer, I saw many of you in the chat were saying the lighting was better. There's lighting improvements. There will be a Courtside Report blog next week. It's going to cover all of that in more detail. I can't wait for that one. And then also next week, also the same week, towards the end of the week, we are going to be talking about my players as well, which I know many of you are excited to hear. For now, we do have the little teaser and the themes we talked about in the roadmap, but you're going to have to stay tuned for next week to see the full reveal of what's new for my player. But there is a lot more coming out very soon. That is just the next week. As you can see in those little cassette tapes, if you zoom in, there is a lot
presentation
more
plus
coming
my
out
player.
very soon.
Okay.
Very last thing, we do want to hear about your first impressions of what we shared today. So if you do have a few minutes, once me and Stacks go off screen, you're going to see a QR code that takes you to a survey, and we're also going to pin the link in the chat. And we would really appreciate if you use that to let us know what you thought about the new gameplay features today. Let us know if you have any questions, and that'll be good feedback for us to look at. But Stacks, that's all I got.
All right, man. So we'll see you guys next week. That's another big week coming up for us, man, with more information about NBA 2K26. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw here today. Until then, we're going to wrap it up here, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Be out.
It'll be a fun August. Have a great weekend, you guys.
Yes, sir.